not to be messy, but how many of you men right now, or how many of you women with men right now know that they have that little raggedy old Hugo Boss wallet that they've had for the last 10 years? Hey friends, thanks for tuning in. My name is Vanessa and I do fashion, travel, and lifestyle reviews. If you're new here, please consider subscribing if that sounds like something you like. And if you're not, welcome back, honeys. You know how much we love to spend money over here. And today I just wanted to infuse a little bit of luxury into your life. And so I have my first ever luxury gift guide. And the best part about this is that every single one of these things that I'm going to mention are under $1,000. I know you're thinking $1,000 is a lot of money, but if we talk about luxury, it can get really high. So that being said, I have my iPad here and I am just going to work through the list of things. There are different categories for different people. And the best part is I'm talking about stuff for men, women, everybody, all genders. All genders are welcome here and I have gifts for everyone. So without me rambling further, let me get started. The first thing is a no-brainer, which is fragrance. We all love to smell good. I mean, that is probably one of the best compliments you can get is when someone's like, oh my God, you smell so good. What's even better is when they ask you. And nothing I hate more than like, oh, what are you wearing? Oh, I don't know, something. Girl, you know what you're wearing. So I'm here to spill the tea. And a lot of these fragrances are actually unisex as well. So the first is Chanel. I think that you cannot go wrong with a Chanel perfume, especially it's like a no-brainer luxury. The packaging is always really nice. The bottle's really nice. Do not go for Chanel No. 5. Whatever you do not go for Chanel No. 5. I know that's the one that's kind of like, you know, famous, but it smells like trash. So if you're getting it for someone who likes a feminine kind of scent, a really boss lady kind of scent, I would totally recommend Chance Chanel. My mom has been wearing that perfume for years and it smells so good. I am also now wearing it. And so it's not an old lady perfume by any means, but it's definitely a mature, sophisticated scent. And you can get the smallest bottle from as little as I want to say like $120 or something like that. That's another trick with getting perfume. Don't always spring for the largest size because honestly, it takes a while to go through an entire perfume bottle. And if you don't like the scent, then you're just stuck with this huge thing. So the first one is definitely Chance by Chanel. And if she's a little younger or like a little bit more hip, but is like still boss lady, still kind of like sophisticated, I would recommend Coco Mademoiselle. That is my favorite perfume of all time because it just embodies everything that I like. It's more on like the citrusy, it's a citrusy floral, I don't know. I'm really bad about explaining perfume notes and scents. And so basically Chance by Chanel is like working woman, makes a lot of money. And then Coco Mademoiselle is my dad is rich. That is what those two things smell like to me. Chance is I'm a rich woman. Coco is my dad is rich. They both are really good if you ask me. The next is Miss Dior. That is another sort of like safe scent if you don't know what kind of girl they are. So it's similar in the family of like my dad is rich / I'm rich, maybe like I'm on my way to be rich. I work in tech, I don't know. But that is what Miss Dior, that's the vibe that Miss Dior gives me. It's definitely not something that you will smell everyone on the street wearing, but it's also really nice. Now for my fellas, my guys, leave the Sauvage alone. Leave the Sauvage alone. I know that we really like the Sauvage, but leave it alone. Sauvage is very toxic. It's very toxic. I have never met anyone who wears Sauvage that is not a toxic human being. So just leave the Sauvage alone. Dior has another line of perfumes. A lot of your favorite fragrance brands, they have like the regular line and then they have like the super fancy line. And so Dior has a fancier line, I think it's called the Privé collection. And they're a little bit more expensive, but those scents are out of this world. And so for, you know, the man in your life or yourself, or maybe I've been really getting into wearing like unisex perfumes, I would highly recommend Amber Nuit, which is like Amber Night. It's just dazzling, like it's intoxicating. I love, love, love it. And Gris Dior, I don't know how to say it, but that's another one that's really popular. I think I took a little whiff of it when I was perfume shopping. I liked it, but not enough. The one I really liked was the Amber Nuit, which is what I actually picked up. And so let's move on to another perfume brand that's quite popular, which is Kilian. It's popular in the if you know, you know crowd. So before Miss Robin Rihanna Fenty came out with her own perfume, everyone in the industry kind of knew that Kilian was her go-to brand. Everyone says Rihanna smells really nice. I've actually met Rihanna. I didn't get a chance to smell her, but she looked amazing. That being said, her like go-to perfume is Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. It wasn't for me, like, but I smelled it and I was like, this is not for me. It was a little too, like, was it sweet? I don't know. It was just too strong. Like, it just wasn't, it was too strong in one direction that wasn't particularly for me, but most women love that perfume. Like, most women love that perfume. It is raved by everyone in the perfume world. Rihanna wears it. I think that's enough to sell it. Rihanna wears that fragrance. What I opted for was Good Girl Gone Bad by Kilian. Now, I have had that perfume for a while and I have to admit that I hate it. I don't really like it. But men go crazy over that scent. If you're husband shopping, boyfriend shopping, go and get yourself that perfume. Men go crazy. Every single time I have that on, a guy like walks up to me and is like, you smell good. Like, I'm talking people I know, strangers, like they will just, it attracts men. That's probably why I hate it. But yeah, Good Girl Gone Bad is a subtler version of Love Don't Be Shy. If I had to give off what it smells like, I would say, I don't know, my sugar daddy is rich. I don't know. It's a little too like, it's a little too sweet and sensual for me, but a lot of women do love that perfume. And the bottle is also pretty. So I don't know if Kilian makes men fragrances. I haven't smelled any of them, but that is around the $300 range, I believe. So the Dior, the Chanel's that I mentioned, those were in the hundreds. If you bump up to the Privé collection in Dior, I think those were in about like 200, but you can get the smaller size for 100. And then Kilian, I think the lowest I've seen is like 250. So it's definitely not a cheap perfume. Moving on from Kilian is Byredo. Byredo has Gypsy Water, they have Mojave Ghost, they have my personal favorite, which is Bal d'Afrique. And they're about $170, and also unisex. Of all the ones I mentioned, I know people really, really love Gypsy Water. That wasn't for me. I preferred Bal d'Afrique, which was just, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's also a very like sophisticated, like, you know, I think Bal d'Afrique is actually the scent of I work in tech, which is like I make good money, but I'm not like a billionaire. I don't come from wealth. So definitely, if you want to smell like you work in tech, get Bal d'Afrique. And then of course, I'm gonna wrap up this fragrance part really quickly, but there are two which you just cannot, if you're talking about luxury perfumes, you cannot not mention them. The first is Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Francis Curtis-Jean, another unisex fragrance. It's a crowd pleaser. I know a lot of people are talking about it, and when I sniffed it the first time, I was like, I don't get the hype, but of course I bought it. And I think what's so appealing about it is that it's not an offensive perfume. Like, I don't know anyone that would smell that and be like, not for me. Like, it's not, whoa, blow you off your socks, but it's pretty good, it's pretty decent. And of course, who wouldn't wanna unbox that package on Instagram and say, oh, look, I got my Baccarat Rouge. So for sure, get that. And then on the other hand is Hermes Twilly. I have actually never smelled Twilly, so I can't tell you what it smells like, but it's Hermes. If you want that orange box feel, go for it, why not? Why not? And so that is it for fragrances. I hope that was kind of helpful. I know that I am the worst at describing what things smell like, but everything I have mentioned just smells rich and smells like luxury. So for sure, get your hands on those and they won't break the bank. Next up on my list is jewelry. Not talking about a ring, like, you know, a diamond ring or anything like that. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. I personally feel like if you're going to give me a ring, don't do it on a holiday, because I want my holiday gift and then I also want I also want my ring. But costume jewelry is really, really in right now. People, I think, are just getting more and more into the luxury world, and you're finding that, wow, luxury costume jewelry is like a good entryway to get into that. Also, what I like about costume jewelry is you can really get your money's worth out of it. Let's face it, a lot of the jewelry that we're buying is gold plated anyway. It's not 100% gold. But if you want to talk about things you can wear multiple times a week, every single day if you choose, that won't fade quickly, that still make a statement, I think costume jewelry is definitely the way to go. Right now I have on 2 pieces of costume jewelry. I have on these Chanel earrings that I bought earlier this summer that are just like, I'm in love. And then I have this, this necklace that I wear a couple of times a week, at least twice a week, and it is just a Versace little necklace. And so the reason why I say costume jewelry is that these things look like bling bling. No one knows how much they cost. They look a lot more expensive than they actually are. And so the first is the one that all the girls were going crazy over, girls and guys actually, which is the Dior, I'm gonna butcher this name. Dior Danseur Essus. I'm gonna put a picture here and I'm gonna put the title, but it's basically the Cuban link. The Dior Cuban link choker. It also comes in a bracelet format. So I think that one is really good for both girls and guys and everyone else. And I wanna say the last I checked, because there was a price increase, the last I checked, it was 600 and something, and then it went up to 700 and something for the big choker necklace. And that sounds like a lot of money, but that thing is so bling bling. Like every time I wear it, especially if I wear it on camera, it's just like dazzling. It's dazzling. So I think it's 100% worth the money. And then if you don't want to spring for that much, get the bracelet. It's about half the price. Another really cool piece from Dior is the Dior Revolution necklace, which literally just says Dior. It comes in different forms. Like there's one that's just gold, and then there's one that's like a bunch of little gems. I have the one that's just gold and has the O in diamantes, not real diamonds. But that's also another really pretty subtle flex. And that one's about, I want to say 700 as well. If you don't want to spring that much, get the bracelet format. I will tell you this on my next video, how I was able to score that necklace for 1/3 of the price. Aside from that, I already mentioned the Versace necklace. This is a really, really good piece. This I got from Essence way back when, and I think it was under $200. There's so many Versace Medusa head necklaces around, and they all kind of retail for less than $500. So again, another, I don't think anything about Versace is subtle, but for the man in your life, for the woman in your life, I think that it's definitely a go-to. And then the last but not least in the jewelry section is Tiffany's. Here's the thing about Tiffany's. No one is really, if I'm being honest, no one's really rocking Tiffany's the way they used to in the mid-2000s and the early 2000s, but everybody knows about the Tiffany's blue box, which is really all you need to make a girl go, whoa. So the Tiffany Elsa Peretti necklace, I had it when I was in college in the sterling silver. If you're a sterling silver person, it's like less than $200. And the gold, it's $500. And I believe it's actual gold and not gold plated. I believe, I could be wrong, but I will link everything that I'm talking about in the description box. But it's another piece where when I say you can wear that every single day, you can wear it every single day. It goes with everything in your closet. Like it's not loud at all, but it's just a really special piece that, you know, can make someone really feel like you thought about them, which you should be. You should be thinking about them. And so the next section is my favorite, handbags. You know how I feel about a good handbag. Moment of silence. So let me school you on these bags. There are a lot of bags in this world, and there are a lot of luxury bags, and a lot of them are over $8,000. But to me, I feel like luxury is pretty much anything that is just makes your heart stop. You know what I'm saying? If it makes your life easier, if it's a little harder to get your hands on, that's also a part of luxury. It's not always about the price tag. And so the bag that's like really popular right now that You know, some people are like, oh, I like that bag, I just don't want to spend the money on it. That, I think, those are really the best kinds of gifts, are gifts where people want them, but they don't necessarily want to spend their own money on it. Because I'm the kind of person where I don't receive a lot of gifts because, quite frankly, if I want something, I have it. The gifts I really cherish are the ones that I wanted, like an Apple Watch, that I just could not bring myself to spend the money on, and so someone else has gotten it for me. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like an Apple Watch, wink, wink. So yeah, a Jacquemus bag is a really trendy, popular bag that, number one, doesn't break the bank, but number two, is so stylish right now. And so everyone kind of is like, we all know about the Le Chiquito, you know, it comes in the super micro mini size that is useless, that you can't do anything with. But as we move on to bigger bags, the Le Grand Chiquito is actually really popular right now. Another bag that is not as popular, if the person's not like I want everything everyone else has, definitely go for the Le Bambino. And the medium or the Grand Bambino, which is like an actual regular sized handbag. I have the Grand Bambino on my wish list. I'm just waiting for a sale to happen or to get a code or something to be able to snag it up. But the Jacquemus bag is just a really lovely way to treat your girl, or yourself, or your man, whomever. And they are at a lovely price point. They're all under $800, I believe. And the thing is, they always go on sale. Like there's always a code, there's always something that you can use to get the bag for cheaper than it is. So I don't advise anyone to buy a Jacquemus bag full price. But even when you do buy it full price, again, it's usually under $1,000. And then of course, you know, if I talk about Jacquemus, I gotta talk about the Telfeezy. The Telfeezy, what's in your Telfeezy? A hand sanitizy. Yes, a Telfar bag. Now, a Telfar bag is luxury for everybody. And they're not incredibly expensive. They're just super hard to get your hands on. It's like, I'm happy that I got my Telfar bag before the big craze, because I mean, even then, I still had to be on the website at a certain time to get the bag that I wanted. But the bags are hard to get your hands on, whether it's the mini one or the large one. Like, they're just really stylish right now, but they're hard to get your hands on. They do have drops though. So if you wanna, you know, do something nice for somebody, they have a drop pretty much almost every week. It's just a different color. So definitely stand up for the Telfar mailing list and try and get your hands on a Telfar bag. And again, unisex. What I love though, if you're trying to do something extra special, I have my eye on the Telfar by UGG collaboration. I think those bags are actually really cute, because I'm like, I don't really need two Telfar bags in my life, but I think the UGG bags are really cute. I think they are really cute. I won't even lie to you, I think they're really cute, especially the one that's shearling on the outside. I don't know why people want to keep texting me when I'm filming a video, especially the ones that are shearling on the outside. I just think those are so cute for like a ski trip or like Christmas time. Like, I don't know, I think that those have a little bit of a oomph to them. And then if Telfar is not really your thing and you're looking for another black owned designer, of course there's Brandon Blackwood. I will say I prefer Telfar, my own personal preference. I do have a Brandon Blackwood as well, but they have so many bags on the website. I think they just restocked as well. So but Brandon Blackwood is another great way to treat your girl for the logo. A lot of these bags are under $250. A lot of them are under $300. Like, and I think Brandon Blackwood makes really, really, really like incredible pieces. The selection is just a lot wider than Telfar, if I'm being frankly honest. There's a lot wider than Telfar. I do not like the ESR bags, that's just me, but the rest of them I think are really cute and pretty good quality for the price. And then last but not least is a true luxury in the sense that we all know and love is Gucci. There are so many Gucci bags for less than $1,000, especially for men. I don't know what it's called, but it's like if your man is like a, you know, a little flexer, a little traveler kind of person, a little stunter, it's an elevated version of what is essentially a fanny pack. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a little sling thing where you put your phone, it has an outside pocket. I think it looks so cool. Again, it's unisex, but I think it's build under the men's. So nice, so nice. I kind of want that for myself, I'm not even gonna lie. And it has the Gucci logo on it. The Gucci monogram print, is it called a monogram? The Gucci canvas print, and also I believe has Gucci on it, in case anyone was in doubt about what kind of bag it was. And for women, of course, there is the Super Mini Dionysus, there's the Mini Marmont. Like, there's so many bags from Gucci that are under $1,000. I will link a couple of them in the description bar below. But if you're looking to bridge into luxury, I think Gucci is just a really good brand to go to. Some of their stuff is a little bit out there, but a lot of it is actually really cool and really timeless as well. So now that we're done with handbags, let's go on to clothing. Because, you know, clothing is always nice, and who doesn't want to flex? Who doesn't want to flex? My thing with luxury clothing and ready to wear is, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money, on clothing, you're gonna need to know that this is brand name here, okay? Like, you're gonna have to know where this is from. So that being said, the first I'm gonna talk about pajamas. Let's talk about the sleeper set. The sleeper set that made the internet go crazy last year and into this year is basically the pajama set with the fur on the sleeves and the cuffs. So many different people are doing their dupes now, but I will say that Sleeper still has, you know, the original. I think it's pretty noticeable when it's a sleeper set and when it's not. And then, y'all, there is I cannot think of the name right now. I will insert it here, but I think it's like either a Nigerian or another African country brand that is doing kind of the same thing, but in more like cool ethnic prints. And I was going to buy one because I was like, oh, I can save some money and get a dupe that's even nicer. It is more expensive than the sleeper set. But in any case, I will link that name here. I think those sets are so cool. I don't think that you're meant to wear them to bed, but if you think you can pull it off, by all means, get the sleeper set and get the African brand here. The next are the MCM pajamas, and those are, I think, those came out for men originally and women started wearing them. But again, there's something about the color, the cognac color of those pajama sets that are so lush, that are so just like, look at me, I'm rich. I love those. I think you can wear them to sleep. You can wear them as part of an actual outfit. They look really, really cool. And I feel like that is something that I want, but I would never spend my own money on. Like, it's not happening unless it's like 70% off. I just don't see myself spending my own money on it. But again, those make the best kinds of gifts. And then if the pajamas aren't really your thing and you don't want to splurge on pajamas, consider a bathrobe. Versace has this bathrobe. It comes in black, and I also believe it comes in either white or yellow. I've seen them a couple of times on TikTok, on the internet. A couple of the celebrities have them, and they're always sort of like wearing them and flexing on them. A bathrobe is definitely something I feel like you would get your money's worth out of, because you can wear that every single day when you come out of the bathroom. Hopefully you're bathing every single day. But yes, the Versace bathrobe, I think it's like $300 or $400. Like, it's very Versace. It's very Versace. You cannot mistake it for anything else but Versace, so people will know. And then it's like one of those things where you can also wear on vacation too. It's very vain, but I'm at the stage in my life where, like, when I buy clothes, I think about how they will photograph in case I am randomly photographed in those in those clothes. Not that I have the paparazzi stalking me down or whatever, but you know, you never know. You never know who's in the room. And then if you want to go like the more traditional route, I think Heron Preston's a great brand that makes really cool t-shirts. They're not expensive at all. They're not like crazy expensive, but they're Heron Preston. It's kind of like a cool hipster name. And I really like their shirts. I think they're really super cool. I have one, I got it on sale. It's definitely a hefty fabric. Like, it's not like a flimsy t-shirt at all. It has some weight to it. But you can get a bunch of those on Essence, and I just think, you know, if that's the kind of style that you are, you would love those as a nice little Christmas gift. And then last but not least, in the clothing section is a Louis Vuitton shirt. We have to just take a moment of silence for Louis Vuitton's men's ready to wear. It is so good. It is so good. It is so good. And there are a bunch of shirts, like really cool shirts that are less than $1,000 that I would wear. Like, I want to wear that. I have this thing where I really do enjoy shopping in men's section, but those are really cool, especially if you're like on a resort or going on vacation or something. Like, I think that is where like Louis Vuitton really shines, and for the men's is like resort wear. Really excellent. There's so many. I'm sure I'm popping them up on the screen, but I would also like one in case anyone is thinking about what to get me for Christmas. I would also like a Louis Vuitton shirt. I want to flex too. So now moving on to shoes. So my friend tells me that you're never supposed to buy shoes for a significant other because it means that they're gonna walk out of your life. Do with that information what you may, but I think that, you know, maybe for a sister, a cousin, a brother, a wife, because you got that on lock, they're not going nowhere. These are shoes that you want to get. And I know you think about red bottoms. I'm not gonna say that red bottoms are played out. I'm just gonna say that they're not as popular as they used to be. I definitely think that they're still, you know, people are still wearing red bottoms, but it's just like, there are more interesting shoes now. You know, a pair of red bottoms are really nice. When I say red bottoms, I'm talking about Christian Louboutin. I don't know. My French sucks. But I think a pair of red bottoms are like a really good classic to have, but they're so uncomfortable that like you're never really gonna get to wear them. So we moved on. By moving on, I would say that for the more mature, sophisticated woman, you definitely want a pair of Manolo Blahnik hankies. These are the Carrie Bradshaw shoes. They were made popular by that episode. She got proposed to in those shoes. Manolo has a slew of other shoes available, but I still think that the Manolo Blahnik hankies are a classic. Everyone should own a pair. I do not own a pair yet, but I have heard that they are extremely comfortable. They come in so many different colors and they just like elevate a look. I'm very much so a pump girl. I love a good closed-toe shoe because I just feel like you get the most wear out of it. You can wear it summer, fall, spring, all through. And then the little jewel detail I think is super cool. And so if the person is more like sophisticated, a little bit more, you know, they like tailored clothing, you know, they maybe have work events, I would definitely recommend the Manolo Blahnik hankies. On the flip side, if they're a little bit more fun, if they're like a little bit more like girly, if they're a little bit more like I'm the hottest, newest thing on the block, Amina Muaddi's, I think Amina Muaddi Begum, I don't know, I think they fall just below the $1,000 mark. I could be wrong, but those are the classic ones. They come in the PVC and they come in a slew of other colors. And they have like that dome heel that's really, you know, she kind of originated that. That is the new red bottom. I think those might be a little above the $1,000 threshold, but Amina Muaddi makes other kinds of shoes, like other kinds of shoes that are less than $1,000, like $600, $700 range is what I'm talking about. And they may not have that little crystal thingy on the circle on the front, but they do have that dome heel. So I will also link a couple of those shoes in the description box as well. And your girl can say she has Amina Muaddi's. The thing about Amina Muaddi's is that they're so hard to get your hands on because they sell out as soon as they hit the shelves. And you know, with shoes, you have to get the size correct. So definitely would make any girl feel special. Now, if your girl's kind of a mix of both, where she's like classic, but also kind of trendy, Attico makes these really pretty like slingbacks. I don't remember what they're called, but they come in so many cool colors. I think by and large, the most popular color is this blue. It's a very like electric blue kind of color, and it's just a pump in the front and it's open in the back and it has a lace-up detail. The pink is also really cool, and you're gonna hear it from me, but the Attico is kind of like in the same vein as like a Jacquemus and Bottega. It's like super trendy right now, but the pieces can also last you a very long time, and they have an edge. They have an edge to them. And so for sure, take a look at the Attico pumps. And then last but not least, in the shoes, I got a rep for my black owned brands, Kendall Miles. Kendall Miles makes this really interesting, really cute shoe, which is called the Posh Pump. It's a mule. I love mules. I used to hate mules, but now I love mules. It's a mule that has like fur on it, all over it. So cute, so cute. I want 5. I literally want all of it. And so I don't think that they're definitely not as big as like, you know, Telfar, Brandon Blackwood, but like, if you really want to invest in a black owned brand that has like luxury product, Kendall Miles. Kendall Miles. Kendall. And so we're winding down a list. Next I want to talk to you about small leather goods. Small leather goods are a good way to get yourself into the luxury scene without spending, again, a whole bunch of money, but be careful because it is a slippery slope. I feel like there are a number of luxury small leather goods that cost about as much as a big leather good, so you might as well save your money. But I will list a couple of them that you should consider for your girl, your guy, or your other. The first being a Saint Laurent card holder. I feel like I am the biggest ambassador of card holders. I don't know why in the year 2021 anyone is walking around with a big old wallet. What is the reason? What is the reason? There is no reason. And so I think a card holder has just fundamentally changed my life because it allows me to just go out of the house without carrying a huge bag if I don't have to. So card holders hold your essential cards. They hold your ID, they hold your credit card, they hold your bank card, and then maybe 1 or 2 other like loyalty cards. But in this day and age where we all have smartphones, a lot of those loyalty products or whatever are in your phone. They're in your phone. And I don't really use cash. I think that cash is a liability, but they do make card holders that have a little slot for cash if you want to. So I think that to me, the most interesting card holders and the best card holders for your money's worth are the Saint Laurent card holders. They have the flat card, they have the zip card, they have a bunch of different ones. I will link them in the description box again, but I think it makes a statement without being too loud. My pro tip for getting a card holder is to get it in a light or a bright color. Because it is small, it can get lost easily in your bag or wherever. And so you want a color that is easily detectable. And of course they have men's card holders, they have women. I don't even know why we have genders when it comes to card holders. Like, it's literally a thing to hold my cards. It's a thing to hold my cards. Why is there gender in here? Next, I want to talk about toiletry bags and cosmetic bags, and that is Louis Vuitton. So I know a lot of the girls, don't hate me, I know y'all like to tussle. A lot of the girls were for a while carrying the Louis Vuitton toiletry bag as an actual purse. It may be the reason why Louis Vuitton went ahead and discontinued that. But there are still a number of cosmetic cases and things like that available. And I think that's a nice little touch. That's not something someone might think to themselves, oh, let me go buy a Louis Vuitton makeup pouch. But it is a luxury thing. And, you know, it is gonna come in the nice orange box. Louis Vuitton is known for their travel goods. That's why they became famous in the first place. So I think it's just paying a little ode and a little homage to the brand to have a cosmetic pouch or a toiletry pouch that is in the signature Louis Vuitton monogram. I want these because I'm still trying to buy bags and other things. Like, I don't have, like, that is not in my current budget right now. But like I said, it's another thing where, you know, they will appreciate it because it's nice, it's thoughtful, but they didn't spend their own money on it. Last but not least, I know I just did a whole thing about card holders, but I'm talking to you, the men, the people who identify as men, and the women who are with people who identify as men. Please, please get them a new wallet. Get them a new wallet. Get them a new wallet. Not to be messy, but how many of you men right now, or how many of you men with men right now know that they have that little raggedy old Hugo Boss wallet that they've had for the last 10 years? It's time to switch it up. It's time to switch it up. I guarantee you, if there is a man in your life, whether that be your dad, your brother, your boyfriend, your husband, whatever, they have been wearing the same wallet for the last 10 years. It is tattered, it is beat up. The leather is wearing, the stitching is coming out. It is time. It is time. It is time to change it. It's time to change it. And so please, 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 please get any wallet, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, any, just change it, please. Just change it. And change it to something that is not Hugo Boss. I don't know what Hugo Boss did to y'all. I don't know what hold this man has on y'all, but it is time to let it go. It is time to let it go. Okay. I have one more bonus category, which is swimwear, and then I will be done. I will be done. The first, or well, really all of them, is just the full body bathing suit. I think that this is the place where you get the biggest bang for your buck, because you can wear it either as a bodysuit or you can wear it as a bathing suit. And Gucci, Fendi, and I believe Versace all do one, and they're all under $600. I would get one. I would get one just for the subtle flex. I mean, it's not really subtle, but they also make men's swimming trunks as well. I think that's not something that people will typically think about, but I feel like luxury items on vacation just make the vacation even more, because it's like you're already on vacation, you're already feeling good, and then you add in a little bit of a luxury flex on there. It's like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I'm on my PTO. So guys, that is it. That is my comprehensive luxury gift guide just in time for the holidays. If you liked this video, if anything at all, anything inspired you, please, please, please click the like button. That really helps me out a lot. If you like this sort of luxury content, if you like my personality, if you like anything, if you like my home decor, if you like anything, please do follow this channel. There are more videos coming your way. And if you have any questions or like anything you want to say, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment box below. And until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.